watchdog.
This is the Thunderbird Motel where Mr. Keith, the person who I obtained the video from, recorded the cops kicking him out of this Thunderbird Motel. The phone number is listed right here. Under threat of arrest because the officers decided to take it upon themselves to force this man out and making him homeless when there is a civil process to handle this. They have no jurisdiction, nor do they have authority to vacate anybody. Criminally trespass, you can criminally trespass someone who's on the property that doesn't need to be there. However, when it becomes a resident or a tenant, there are laws that protect those people, so situations like this cannot happen. So without further ado, let's check out the video I've obtained.
Okay.
Can I talk to you real quick?
You can talk to him.
Okay. So, you've had 5.5 hours.
I showed you sergeant at the law.
Yes, sir. And he's told you to talk to both JPs, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, JPs don't make laws. He needs to talk to an attorney.
Okay.
So
well, you can get your own attorney. You can.
No, y'all need to do that before y'all try to do this. I'm telling you, y'all are violating the law. I showed him the law. Showed him Texas law. I showed it to him. He sat there and read it. He sat there and read it. I don't care if he talked to 2 JPs. I don't care if he talked to a constable. They don't make the law. They don't uphold the laws. Y'all don't do that. What the hotel's doing. Excuse me, sir.
You're good.
No, I'm not. Someone down the wrong way. Sorry. I apologize. What y'all are doing is enforcing something that y'all can't enforce. And it's right there written in black and white. And I showed it to Sergeant Vickers. And if you want me to, I will show it to you. Because you're fixing to violate my constitutional rights. You're fixing to violate my rights. And I'm trying to tell you, you can't do this. They can't do this. They cannot use you guys. They can't do it. It's against the law. The law is black and white.
Okay.
And y'all aren't. You're a peace officer. You're supposed to uphold the law. So uphold the law. You're not doing that by coming in here and doing this.
Okay. Well, let's say we forget the whole law side of it.
No, we're not going to forget the whole law side of it because that's where it is.
From a different thing. They still want you gone.
Okay, I'll be gone when they go through the process of evicting me. They have to do that. I've been here for over 30 days. I'm a tenant, not a guest.
Did you sign a special form saying that?
There's no lease, but I'm a tenant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't say I have to.
Okay. Well,
It does not say I have to. They have to. Look, this has become civil. Okay, I'm just telling you, this has become civil. It's not criminal, and I'm not trying to cause any problems. I don't want to be arrested, and I don't think you want to arrest me. Maybe you do. I don't know.
I don't have to.
Okay. Well.
That's the last thing I want.
Okay, well, this has become a civil matter. So this is a civil matter. I will be gone. I'm going to be gone.
When?
I told Michael. I said I just need tonight.
Who's Michael?
Vickers,
Oh,
the sergeant.
Sergeant Vickers.
Yeah. Told him I just need tonight. I'll be gone. I'm not trying to cause problems. I just don't have a place to go tonight. I will tomorrow. I'll be gone. I got my stuff packed up.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, so don't violate my rights. Don't violate the law. And I showed it to him, and that's the law. And he can talk to JPs from here to Cancun if he wants to, but a JP cannot tell him, yeah, he has to go, because that's not right. You need to talk to a judge. Do yourself a favor, call the judge, a real judge, not a JP.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know they're writing a statement right now for criminal trespass. Okay, they're wanting you criminally trespass from the property. It means you can't come back.
That can't do that. That's against the law. I showed it to them. It's black and white. They cannot criminally trespass me. I'm not a guest. I am a tenant. I've been here for over 30 days. They cannot criminally trespass a tenant. You can't do it. It's against the law. You want me to show it to you? Because I sure will.
You already showed it to me.
Then you know. Then if he showed it to you, then you know. You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong.
You gotta understand, he's been doing this for 20-something years.
I don't care if he's been doing it for 100 years. He's still wrong.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know. I'm not trying to argue with you.
Okay, well, I will be gone. I will be gone tomorrow. I go to work tomorrow. I'm taking all my stuff with me. I'll be gone. I won't come back.
Where do you work at?
It doesn't matter.
I'm just asking.
I know you are.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You're right.
I'm just asking.
Okay. Well, I don't like to answer questions. I mean, I really don't.
But I'm letting you know the right criminal trespass statement, okay? When they get done with the statement, if you're not getting your stuff out, you're going to jail.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Then you're opening yourself up to a lawsuit.
Just asking.
Okay. Well, I don't like to answer questions. I mean, I really don't.
But I'm letting you know the right criminal trespass statement, okay? When they get done with the statement, if you're not getting your stuff out, you're going to jail.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Then you're opening yourself up to a lawsuit. I promise you, you will.
Well, you can say
Yeah, and I will. Dude, do that. I will do that. Do that. Do that. Okay, do that.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm just so if I don't leave, say it again. Say it one more time.
So they're writing you a criminal trespass statement. The manager. Okay, when he gets done with it, you're going to be criminally trespassed.
Right, and that's being signed by a judge, right? That criminal trespass. Yeah, it has to be signed by a judge.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. In Texas, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So go get it signed. Go get a warrant and do that. It does.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Okay, so tell me what's going to happen again?
They're writing a criminal trespass statement. Okay, when he gets done with it, we're going to come tell you, hey, you're criminally trespassed. They want you off the property. You come back to the property, you're going to be arrested.
Okay, if I come back, yeah. Okay.
And if you don't leave the property, after we say, hey, get what you need to get, you can call a friend, come get the rest of it. Whoever, family member, friend, whoever, okay, to come get it. And if you refuse to leave, you are going to jail.
So, if I refuse to leave, I'm going to jail.
Yes, you are going to.
Thanks for saying that.
You've had 5.5 hours.
I don't care. I'm going to stay here all night.
You asked for 2.
I don't care. I looked up the law, and the law says I don't have to leave. The law says I don't have to leave. You are not the law, so I don't have to listen to you.
Show me real quick where it says that. You got it pulled up. If you don't, I don't want to
No,
see
I got it pulled up.
Family, you can come get your stuff.
No.
Do you have friends? Who are you? I mean, you were talking to somebody, weren't you?
Yep, but he wasn't able to get over here. So,
No.
and I'm not going to be babysat. And y'all can't. Y'all look. I opened the door, but now I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and please go.
Okay, we have Chapter 24, Forcible Entry and Detainer, Section 24.001, Forcible Entry and Detainer. A person commits a forcible entry and detainer if the person enters the real property of another without legal authority or by force and refuses to surrender possession on demand. B, for the purposes of this chapter, a forcible entry is an entry without consent of the person and actual possession of the property, which would be the property owner. 2, an entry without the consent of a tenant at will or by sufferance, which at this point he's technically a tenant for being there over 30 days. Or 3, an entry without the consent of a person who acquired possession by forcible entry. Section 24.002, Forcible Detainer, subsection A, person who refuses to surrender possession of real property on demand commits a forcible detainer if the person, 1, is a tenant or a subtenant, willfully and without force holding over after the termination of the tenant's right of possession. 2, if a tenant at will or by sufferance, including an occupant at the time of a foreclosure of a lien superior to the tenant's lease, or 3, is a tenant of a person who acquired possession by forcible entry. B, the demand for possession must be made in writing by a person entitled to possession of the property and must comply with the requirements for notice to vacate under Section 24.005. So we have Section 24.004, Jurisdiction and Dismissal. A, except as provided by subsection B, a justice court in the precinct in which the real property is located has jurisdiction in eviction suits. Eviction suits include forcible entry and detainer and forcible detainer suits. A justice court has jurisdiction to issue a writ of possession under sections 24.005, subsection A, subsection A-2, and subsection A-3. So basically that's saying that the justice court can determine whether or not a writ could be issued to make somebody forcibly leave their residence. So this is section 24.005. So it's a notice to vacate prior to filing eviction suit. Subsection A, if the occupant is a tenant under a written lease or oral rental agreement, the landlord must give a tenant who defaults or holds over beyond the end of the rental term or renewal period at least 3 days written notice to vacate the premises before the landlord files a forcible detainer suit, unless the parties have contracted for a shorter or longer notice period in a written lease or agreement. A landlord who files a forcible detainer suit on grounds that the tenant is holding over beyond the end of the rental term or renewal period must also comply with the tenancy termination requirements of section 91.001. Under subsection B, if the occupant is a tenant at will or by sufferance, which is basically somebody who goes from being a guest to a tenant over time, the landlord must give the tenant at least 3 days written notice to vacate before the landlord files a forcible detainer suit, unless the parties have contracted for a shorter or longer period of time in lease agreement. This whole subsection outlines how and when, where, why an eviction suit must be brought, and that an officer under the color of law or a property manager cannot just physically throw somebody out in the road or threaten to arrest them under the color of law. So this opens up the hotel and the city of Hillsboro, the city police department, and these individual officers liable personally for a civil litigation. And I hope Keith wants to bring it, because if he does, I will help him pursue it.
Just come up here.
I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to solve problems. I just need to know. That's it. I just need to know. That's too bad for them. They need to go through the process then. Tell them they need to go through the process then. Tell them that they need to go through the process.
So explain what you've been told.
I just told him. He's already read it once. He's already read it once.
Right. They want you criminally trespassing.
Okay, well, they can't do that.
Keith,
Michael.
grab what you want to take with you. We'll drop you off somewhere if you want
I
to.
don't need you to drop me off anywhere.
If you're not leaving, we're taking you to jail.
Really?
Now, this is Texas Penal Code 39.03, official oppression. A public servant acting under color of his office or employment commits an offense if he, 1, intentionally subjects another to mistreatment or to arrest, detention, search, seizure, disposition, assessment, or lien that he knows is unlawful. 2, intentionally denies or impedes another in the exercise or enjoyment of any right, privilege, power, or immunity, knowing his conduct is unlawful. So just to let you guys know, this officer can be charged for 39.03. I believe it holds up to a year or 2 in jail. And I've been trying to get officers charged for unlawfully arresting or seizing people, especially when there results in damages such as physical or financial loss. But let's get back into the rest of this video, because somehow the phone goes into his pocket, but we can still hear what's going on.
To jail.
Really?
Right now, yes, sir. Right now.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that.
You're leaving the property.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that.
Or you're leaving the property.
I'll leave. I'm so glad you said that.
Turn around and behind your back.
No, I'm leaving. I gotta get my stuff. I'm leaving.
Grab it right now. Come on.
Let's go.
You can send somebody back to get what you can't carry.
What's your name and badge number?
Officer Moore 257.
More? Okay. Well, let me come back into these. I can't get them tonight. I can't carry them down. I'm out of breath.
I'm sorry, I just didn't hear you.
I can't carry these right now.
Okay.
I'm out of breath.
Okay.
So I need to get them.
Okay, well, if you need to breathe for a second, you can.
No, I can't.
Look, I'm just trying to help you out. That's all I'm trying
Will
to
you help me out? Will you help me carry this down?
What do you want me to grab?
Well, I don't have a box to put them in.
If you get the bar and the 2 dumbbells, I'll start taking those loose ones right there. I'm going to do that.
Throw them in the back of the truck. Don't mind.
Do you have anything in the drawer that you need?
No.
I'm assuming you want to take the little...
Those go in the bar.
Okay.
I got 425s
Okay.
and the rest of those, I think, 25, no, 10s.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
they're all
like
10s.
10s.
They're all 10s. I think no 25s.
Okay.
But 4 10s, 5s, 2.5s.
I talked to Judge Skilling and also Judge Joel, both of them.
JP's?
Yes, sir. I hate to do that to you, Keith, but it is. That's what it is.
I gotta get to work. No, you don't, but if you did, you wouldn't be doing it. You know, you listen to me, I told you,
We
that
don't
this is against the law.
take you to jail, man. We don't.
I has nothing to do with going to jail. It has to do with you violating the law.
Hey, is this the last thing you need me to grab?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And then, you know.
Yeah, I'll be over there then, John.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
watchdog.